We welcome you to Chuck Chansey Park for a Saturday night Western Conference showdown in the USL. It's one of the hottest teams in the West. Fresno FC, the Foxes, hosting Portland Timbers 2. With former Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey, I'm John Fanta, and Gary, in this showdown we have two of the best in the USL. A player that's on the USL Team of the Week, and that gets us to tonight's match of the game, brought to you by Onacar Fresno. Onacar Fresno, drive with style. It's CJ Cochran.
Yeah, I love this goalkeeper. He's absolutely brilliant. 6 clean sheets this season, 5th in the saves, and a vital part of why Fresno are sitting in 3rd position and could even go 2nd tonight.
On the other side, this Portland Timbers 2 squad is winless in their last 4, but they have 36 goals on the season. And when they get rolling, Eric Williamson's the one driving them.
He certainly is. 7 assists. That's tied for 2nd best in the entire USL. He's weighed in with 3 goals as well. And on top of that, only 22 years of age. So Eric Williamson, a crucial player for Portland Timbers 2.
Those are 2 highlight players to watch, and we've got a showdown ahead here as we look at the road to victory, which is presented by Travel Shop.
Yeah, for Fresno, play the fullbacks out wide, and they've got Jackson possibly playing in that right fullback position. We'll find out exactly when the match starts, but if he is, what a great player to have as a wide fullback. An unfinished business, of course, because they drew. In fact, Fresno were leading, and they allowed T2 back in the game when they first met. And as far as T2 are concerned, offensive balance and certainly a road mentality. They're tied for 5th best in the league on the road. They've got an amazing ability to play on the road. Let's see if they can do it tonight.
4-3-3 on the road, and to get points against Los Oros, it will be a challenge. That's for certain. The 4th meeting between Fresno and Portland is next.
These wrists, thank you.
Getting set for this Western Conference showdown between Fresno FC and Timbers 2 at Chuck Chansey Park. Fresno taking a 4-match winning streak into this one as we get to our starting lineups. Those are presented by El Mexicano.
It's the one change for Fresno. Chavez comes in up front. Zach Ellis-Hayden is injured. He goes out. Jackson will go to right back, and we've got Cooper and Martin bombing up that left-hand side.
Watch out for Jackson. He has a lot of speed, back in the lineup after missing last week's game. Well, let's turn to Portland starting 11, brought to you by El Mexicano. What stands out here, Gary?
The goalkeepers, Ivacic, a Slovenian brought in early in the season. He takes over from Lika. And Kobayashi up front for Brian Hurtado, who scored plenty of goals. So the pressure on Kobayashi to do exactly the same tonight.
We'll see if Kobayashi can rise to the occasion. In the first meeting between these two teams, what a match it was. And in the 92nd minute, that's how T2 was able to finally equalize her. Nathan Smith with the late goal. And so there's a sense of unfinished business here at Chuck Chansey Park tonight. But Foxes, they're red hot. So that leads us into quite the showdown between these two teams. Picture perfect evening for soccer. Zorro's trying to stay right near the top of the conference standings. Portland looking for a road statement. Fourth meeting between these two starts right now. Fresno 1-0-2 against Portland. The Timbers trying to find that first win. These two have matched up in some very entertaining showdowns.
They certainly have, but they're coming into this match on opposite ends of the form. Fresno 4 wins in 4, PT2 no wins in 4. So Fresno at home, great form, chance to go second tonight. And you've got to think that the home fans could be in for a treat, but this is a very good PT2 side. Lots of good youngsters, great talent, and they've surprised many teams already this season. They could do it again tonight.
Cameron Knowles, Timbers 2 head coach, said going into this one that what he's finding with his Timber squad, they're 5th in the USL in goal score with 36, Gary. But he said we're scoring that first one and then we're letting off the gas a little bit.
Well, that's part of building up young players into top class professionals. And you've got to finish teams off when you get ahead. But yeah, 5th spot and a win here for Portland Timbers 2, and they're right behind Fresno. So there's still lots to play for. Both teams in good playoff positions.
It's an early chance here. It's kicked away. Fresno already driving up the field, and they get the throw in here.
Jaime Chavez who ran in there, and the ball kicked away for a corner, so it's a chance to put some pressure on here from Basilovic.
Basilovic, such a vital key to the midfield for Fresno. Serves it in near post. Basilovic asking for another corner. Instead, it will be a goal kick.
Kudos Lawal trying to get into that near post and couldn't quite direct the ball, but got those wonderful fans behind the goal at Fresno. They create so much atmosphere at these games.
It's an incredible fan base that you're taking in right now. And when you think about Los Zorros, this is such a special time for them because they are a real contender at the top of the league. We know Phoenix is at the top of the conference, but with how hot this Fresno team is, they feel like they could beat just about anybody in this league.
Well, I mean, they will go second if they win tonight, which means there's only one team above them, which is Phoenix Rising, who, to be fair, are above everybody at the moment, but long way to go. And, oh, bit of a heavy header back there, but certainly an improvement for Fresno on last season, and Adam Smith's done a great job, and there's an air of confidence about this side now, Fresno. But having said that, PT2 not too far behind them, and they can certainly play well on their night.
It's a great point. I mean, just back on June 29th, T2 was in a 2-2 game with Phoenix, who is now 110 in a row. And unfortunately, Phoenix put up, for the sake of T2, Phoenix just put up 2 late goals. That's been a bit of a theme for T2. Decisions in the final moments of these contests. And Coach Knowles told us that he feels like it's a moment like that against Phoenix where they show what they can be. Now they've just got to put it together.
Certainly they have to, but I mean, they're still in 5th position, so they're a very good side, PT2, but the coach is right. Can take them up another couple of steps. They have the talent in their team.
You think about leadership. The message sent from the official here. Roy Miller for Portland, such a steady hand in the back line for this Portland team. As Cochran come up and take this one. C.J. Cochran, 7 saves last week for Fresno. And they're able to win another corner, second corner in just the first 4 minutes of this one.
Jamal Johnson winning the corner, 7 goals in 17 appearances from that man. He's about to take the corner, such a crucial part of the success of this Fresno side this season.
Johnson has been brilliant.
Chavez, I think, just adjusting his boots or cleats. Or is it an injury? No, it's worse than that. It's actually an injury. I didn't see any contact or anything, and he's only back in the team now, so is this a recurring problem?
Chavez coming back in tonight, and it looks like he knows something's up and is going to come off right away. Teaming up with Lawal in the front line. Chavez coming off, and that is a big development in the opening minutes of this affair.
It is so soon into the game. He's just sort of running from side to side to test that ankle or whatever the problem is. So there's the likes of Juan Pablo Cuffer on the bench to come in midfield and Christian Cheney. Let's see what happens here first.
Johnson, a great service and a goal! Ramon Del Campo! The Foxes just start right where they left off.
There's a celebration. There's those wonderful fans are talking about. What a great header at the near post from Ramon Martin Del Campo. Beats the goalkeeper there by just angling it into the far corner. Good ball in from Jamal Johnson. There's the header. Goes past the Slovenian goalkeeper, Ivicic, and they're 1-up already, Fresno. What is it? 3rd or 4th minute? Absolutely brilliant start.
Perfect service from Johnson, his 3rd assist of the season. Del Campo finishes it off, and the Fire Squad Fresno is exactly that, fired up for good reason.
The crowd are going to be excited by this development. Fresno have just been absolutely brilliant. 4 wins, one after the other here. Look, they're through again. Oh, free kick given, unfortunately, for the Fresno fans. Getting overexcited here, but it is a good start.
You're in this position now where if you're Portland, Fresno's unbeaten in their last 6. They're riding a high. How do you try to calm the moment here?
Well, you use the word calm. That's what you have to do. You're professionals. There's a long, long way to go. They've scored in, what, the 5th or 6th minute? There's plenty water to flow under this bridge. So you've just got to keep it casual, relaxed, but concentrated, of course, and play their own game. They're good enough, Portland Timbers too, but now away at Fresno, 1-0 down. This is a big mountain to climb for the visitors.
Tough mountain to climb for Ivicic, who gets the start tonight and has already allowed one. 25-year-old was signed to the main club. Tonight, he's in there for Jake Leaker, who has had a successful campaign, but it's Ivicic tonight. We get a stoppage here.
And I guess for Portland Timbers too, there's a little bit of blood on the eye there, I think, that needs fixing. But they've conceded 8 goals in their last 4 games, PT2. You can't keep giving away too many goals, and you're going to get, eventually, you're going to get yourself in problems, as Cameron Knowles only knows too well. But whenever there's blood, it has to be sorted straight away, and that's what the medics are doing.
They're right on it. The opening goal, Ramon Martin Del Campo putting in a beauty after a tremendous service from Jamal Johnson, who has just been on such a tear for this Fresno side. He does it all, 7 goals, and tonight he does it with an assist, his 3rd.
And that's the first goal this season for Ramon Martin Del Campo in the league, certainly. So he'll be chuffed with that. You're always happy when you get your first goal, and it was a neat header. He was coming forward at a tight angle. He measured it perfectly in the corner, and Ivicic couldn't reach it. And now we're just making sure that Max Ornstill's cut under his eye is all sorted before he'll get back on.
this Fresno side, Adam Smith. He's been with this club since its infancy, and he's really watched it evolve, and he said he's just having such a joyful time with this group. He feels like everything is coming together.
And it is. Last season was a bit more of a battle for them, and they were missing a man to put the ball in the back of the net regularly. Well, Kudos Lawal is certainly doing that, and Jamal Johnson's helping him, but this man on the ball, the strong, powerful 23-year-old Nigerian, he's an extra addition that's made a big difference this season.
And if there's someone who knows how to achieve success at the highest level in the USL, it's Adam Smith. He won championships in 2002 and 03 as a player with Long Island back then and Wilmington. He knows what it takes. As you look in at what you've been talking about, Gary, the Fire Squad Fresno, they make the difference. How about the masks up front? You have to love all the attire, the drums. They've come ready for a Saturday night showdown out west.
What they do is they make it a great atmosphere for everyone to enjoy. So, you know, you can go and stand amongst them, sing a few songs. If it gets a bit too noisy, you go away and you watch them from a distance. Either way, I think they add a wonderful atmosphere to these games. And that's why I love watching Fresno, especially when they're at home.
Fresno driving things forward once again. They're 5-1-3 at home this year. Only one home loss. What kind of a response does Portland Timbers 2 have as Ivic just locks this one up?
Yeah, Mickey Daly trying to put a decent ball in the box, but he overcooks that one way too far, right into the goalkeeper's hands.
Hansen with the ball forward. Now on the outside. That's Cochran, who said last week, he was joking, and he said, normally my teammates make it pretty easy on me. I don't have much of a job to do. But last week in their win over New Mexico, he had to lock up 7 saves, and he got the credit for it on the USL Team of the Week.
Yeah, great performance, and CJ, one of the solid players. In fact, so many of the players for Fresno have weighed in with good performances here this season.
Fox is looking for a foul. That was a potentially tremendous development for a moment. Lawal was looking for something special.
And he nearly got it. He runs at defenses. He's got pace and power. He went down, I think, looking for the free kick. No, I don't think there was enough there. I think he just felt a little bit of a hand on his side and went down, but referee not buying it. But he's such an energetic player, Kudos Lawal, and such a good finisher as well. 7 goals in 15 appearances for the 23-year-old this season.
You think about Lawal and Johnson, 7 goals apiece. Adam Smith said it just makes them more comfortable, that they can bounce things off one another and really feed off each other's skill sets.
It makes it more difficult for defenders. When you've only got one person sticking the ball in the back of the net, you mark that person and you're safe. When you've got 2 or 3, then who do you mark? You really have to work very hard as a defensive unit. And here you've got Jaime Chavez, and good to see that knock didn't bother him too much. He's up front causing problems. Lawal's causing problems. Johnson's causing problems. And you get dizzy if you're defenders, knowing who to stick to.
Del Campo called for the whistle this time, and on the restart, here's Portland. Here's Eric Williamson, 7 assists. Tied for second in the league. This Portland team 5th in the USL with 36 goals. They're more than capable of a response, but you have to be careful in the open field with Fresno. This is a nice run at it, and the flag's up. Lawal just offsides.
Yeah, judging by his body language, I think he knew he was just eventually jogging towards the ball, but they forwards like to live on that back line and just time their runs right. They don't get it right all the time, but when they do, it's a goal-scoring opportunity.
Portland looking for some sort of a response here. They shift the field. Nobody home this time. And it will be a goal kick for, or rather flag pointed to the corner. Cochran can't believe it, but we'll get a corner kick, the first of the night for T2.
I think there was a sense there that the ball already crossed the line. That's what Alex Cooper is saying. The assistant ref's not buying it. He said, no, you played the ball over the line, and so it's a corner. And there's some big boys in this Portland Timbers 2 side. So Fresno are going to have to be very careful to mark tightly at this set piece.
The physicality of Portland was Fresno's concern going in. Warden serves it in. He's going towards the 6. This one pops back out. Landed just in the middle of the box and made back out harmless this time around. Here's Roy Miller, really the leader of the team. Veteran presence, checks off all the boxes.
Yeah, 34 years of age, the Costa Rican, and a long, long career with New York Red Bulls. I think 139 odd appearances.
Out wide now. Hansen, far post, headed back, still in a dangerous spot. Laid off. This one still in a dangerous spot before it's Cochran who charges his way through, and everybody's okay.
Yeah, Sirakowski there challenging the goalkeeper, and generally you're going to come off second best if you do that. The ball's a little bit of uncertainty there with Jackson at the back. He heads it to his goalkeeper. Sirakowski doesn't get out the way, and CJ says, well, I'll take you out the way.
Oh, Fresno was trying to counter quickly, but the flag up, the official all over it. We're seeing just in these opening 15 minutes how explosive Los Oros can be.
Yeah, especially with Kudos up front. And as I say, he lives on the shoulder of the defenders. So he does get caught offside perhaps too often, but every once in a while he catches it spot on. And once he's through, you're not going to catch him. And that's what Fresno play for. They play for his speed, and for Jaime Chavez more his strength and ability to play clever balls into other strikers. But for Kudos, it's all about speed.
It will be a steep mountain to climb here for T2. If you look at the rest of this season, when scoring first, Fresno 8-0-3.
Wow. Well, you don't want to hear those stats if you're Portland. You want to believe that anything's possible. And at 1-0 down, it's still an open game, a long way to go. And already we've seen Portland Timbers 2 attacking down the flanks. They've put some balls in that, to be fair, haven't been the best of crosses from either side, but they've been in good territorial positions.
There's Mickey Daly. Daly the goal last week, a header, game winner. Beautiful action here. What a combination by the Foxes. The speed of Jackson out wide. This is what they love to do, is go out wide. Sievich was trying to stay with it. Instead, it'll just be a whistle here and a free kick.
Sulovic with a little bit of a tug there, but some nice play around the edge of the box by Fresno. The fans love it. They're still pumped up and energetic. And why shouldn't they be? They're currently on live standing second in the Western Conference. Happy times.
Fresno enjoying a franchise best 4-match winning streak, unbeaten in their last 6. They've really put it all together lately. Not just 36 goals on the season, that's good for 8th in the USL, but you combine that and you think about what they've done defensively, 6 clean sheets, only 18 goals allowed, that's 4th least in the USL.
Yeah, those are the sort of figures you want to be posting, because it means that you're playing well, you're getting results. If you're scoring and not giving them away, then you've got every chance of doing well. So right now it's good for Fresno, but we're still early in the game. They have to be professional. They have to go and try and get a second and a third and close this thing out. And conversely, if you're a Portland Timbers 2 fan, you want to get yourself back in the game, and you've got to keep an eye on these two up front.
No question, constantly dangerous now. Another shot, perfectly placed, and a goal! Brilliant
Brilliant strike from Basulovic. He wins it by himself. No wonder they're dancing. I thought for a second he was going to lay it off. Even Cheney comes on to give him a hug. But that was a moment of magic. The fans love it. It's going to be one of the best goals of the weekend. That much I can guarantee you. Have a look at this. He gets the ball. There's one or two options. And Chavez who brings it down. Like I said, he's good at bringing others into the game. I thought he was going to play kudos. No. He throws his body one way, goes the other, and sticks that right in the top corner. Have a look at this. For an incredible finish.
Incredible is right. Arun Vasilovic, his 4th goal of the campaign. That moves him into 3rd on the team. Perfectly placed. You could not ask for a better strike, and you can't ask for a better start through 20 minutes than the one that the Foxes have put forth on home soil.
Absolutely brilliant, and you've got to feel sorry for Ivicic, the goalkeeper, who's come in for Lika. There he is. He's had 2 goals in 20 minutes, and I don't think he's had a chance with either. That second one, by the way, definitely up for contender for goal of the weekend or week. A brilliant strike and a brilliant bit of skill from Vasilovic.
Assisted by number 9.
Follow at USL Championship on Twitter, USLChampionship.com. Goal of the week is going to be competitive here. Week 20, it only keeps intensifying. And you want to keep picking up steam, and that's exactly what we're seeing from these Fresno Foxes. No signs of let up. Can Portland find a quick response? That was cut off beautifully. Wonderful defense by Del Campo. We've seen him do it all, but still alive here. To the far side, just out of the reach of Sierakowski.
Somehow for PT2 up front, they haven't got that final pass. I mentioned they've been wide on a number of occasions. The crosses haven't been good. There we see another example of where a better ball to feet, and they might have had a chance to get a shot against CJ. And so far the goalkeeper's had a fairly relaxed game. That could all change in a moment, of course.
Gary, how impressive has this been?
It's wonderful. It's great. And you know, if it's a 5th win out of 5, then they certainly are the informed side along with Phoenix Rising.
Another tremendous combination. Jackson, it's pinned back right to him. Another service in, and that's eaten up by Ivicic. It was nearly 3 times the charm.
Certainly was. Lawal's come in and hit that. He doesn't catch it very well, does Kudos Lawal. Jackson with the cross. Have a look at Lawal coming in there. He sort of, I don't know if he gets tackled as he hits it, but gets no power behind it. Otherwise, that could have been number 3.
First, it was Ramon Martin Del Campo. Then, Vasilovic. And it's just been a party here in Fresno, Chuck Chansey Park, where Fresno has lost only once this year.
I'm just thinking, if you're Cameron Knowles, of course you want to win every game, but you also want to see your players in difficult situations. 2-0 down, away from home against an informed side. This is where I'll be looking at all my players going, all right, who's up for the battle? Who's going to fight and try and win this, and who's going to put up the white flag and give up? So this is a very important moment for the manager to see just of the sort of psychological qualities of his players, and I'll be watching as well to see which players really can stand up to this pressure and fight to get themselves back in this game.
Makes life easy and even more comfortable if you're CJ Cochran.
Yeah, 2-0 up. It is. You'd rather be in that position than poor old Ivicic, who comes in and before he knows it, he's 2-0 down, and you can't even blame him.
T2 came into tonight scuffling a bit recently and looking for a different result. Thus far, it's been all Fresno. Williamson feeding this off, wonderfully cut off. How about the play of Jackson?
Fantastic tackle, Jackson. We've seen him at the one end of the pitch creating chances, crossing the balls. Now we see him at the back defending superbly well.
How difficult is it to be that versatile on the pitch?
Very difficult. Look at him. The timing has to be spot on. If he gets that wrong, it's a penalty. He gets it absolutely perfectly, Jackson. They're 31 years of age. And the Brazilian playing like an absolute superstar front and back here. There he is again. Crucial play in this Fresno success this season.
Let's take a fucking throw in from where the ball fucking goes out. 10 fucking yards.
2-0. Fresno on top. Goals by Del Campo and Basulovic. John Fanta, former Man United goalkeeper Gary Bailey with us. Great to have you on ESPN Plus. Fresno FC and Portland Timbers too. You see Fresno 9-2-7, one of the league's best. And if not for Phoenix with a 10-match winning streak, that 4-match winning streak, that's the only thing that's upping it right now. Those two are in quite a clash with Reno here in the Western Conference. It is going to be fun.
You can't beat a 10-match winning streak. I mean, that's phenomenal what Phoenix Rising have done. But if this becomes a 5-match winning streak for Fresno, which for Adam Smith right there and the rest of his team is looking likely, well, there's still plenty of work to do. There's still a fantastic run, and we'll see them right up in second spot. But I still wouldn't write off PT2. There's enough good players. They haven't got themselves going yet. Wait until they do.
Jackson. Touching that across the field. Nathan Smith over to Roy Miller. This back line. Some veteran savvy players. Smith had the game equalizer in the 92nd in the first meeting between these two. It's been all Foxes thus far.
As much as it would be a fantastic result for Fresno to make their 5th win in a row, it would mean that's 5 games for PT2 without a win, and their bad run would continue. So it's 2 teams heading in completely different directions here. And that makes it very worrying for the Portland Timbers fans watching this evening. They really want to get their team out of this rut, and so far, doesn't look like they're going to do that.
Portland without a shot thus far. They have not been able to find a threat. And that's the other thing here is you're 26 minutes in, you're facing that 2-0 deficit. These final 19 minutes and change, so crucial for them to get some sort of a rhythm going, because Fresno's showing no signs that they're letting up. And with the way that they're playing and scoring, that's so dangerous.
Certainly is, but you know, if you're a Portland coach, part of the coaching staff, you're looking at it going, we need to keep clean sheets. 1 in 13, which now becomes 1 in 14, and yet the first goal's from a set piece. It's a corner. You should be able to mark Ramon Martin Del Campo. As good as his header was, he headed it from, he had to bend down to head it. You should not be able to score from that situation. So if you're Portland, you're already behind the 8 ball just through pure bad defending. The second one, oh, that's a golazo. You're not going to stop Basulovic, but the first one was a crucial error, I feel, on Portland Timbers' part.
There's Cochran eating that one up.
Yeah, comfortable hands for the goalkeeper. Catches the ball. And it just seems to be all too easy at this stage for Fresno. As we've seen in games, many games, they can just change in a moment, and suddenly if PT2 get 1 goal, they're all fired up. They can get a second. And
top of the box. Now laid back out. And they were looking for the combination with Jamel Johnson. That's who Elijah Martin was seeking, but out of his reach.
We saw Kudos Lowell once again threatening that back line, nearly getting through with his pace. He really is testing the Portland defenders this evening.
Fascinating to see this journey for Fresno. On May 26th, they draw with Tacoma. Then in the U.S. Open Cup, they fall to Sacramento 1-0. They lose 1-0 to Colorado, so they go 2 straight with scoreless matches. Since then, they have not lost, and that's a span between June the 8th and tonight here, July 20th. What a run.
I bet Cameron Knowles wishes he could have that run for his PT2 side. They could do with a bit of a lift at the moment.
I wonder if he'll seek that lift earlier rather than later off the bench, perhaps. We'll see what he elects to do. Doesn't really feel like Portland has been able to kick the switch in on this game.
No, they haven't. They haven't tested CJ yet. Been too busy defending most of it, and there goes Jackson again.
He can straight up fly. Jackson to the 6, and it was spun away. But my, oh my, is he entertaining to watch fly up and down, night in and night out. Chuck Chancey Park.
Some hard tackles flying in there from the Fresno defenders. Just that little welcome to the Portland visitors. But it's all been done in the right spirit. No nastiness at all. I think this is just a tackle coming in there. Woof. Really hard and strong from Kirimoto.
Hey, referee, for
But
fuck's
fair.
sake.
Not sure everybody agreed with that. As the mic picks up coach's comments, but we won't say anything else.
Yeah, I mean, you can sense it here with Portland not happy with the call. But thus far, it's been Fresno's show, and when you get off to this kind of start, sometimes everything seems to be going your way.
Yeah, but the trick here is to keep it this way. I mean, it's, you know, games can change in the last 5 minutes, never mind what have we got, 60 minutes still to go. So it's up to Portland Timbers too to change it though. That's with Fresno, they can cruise on this scoreline all the way to the end. PT2 have got to come back. They've got to find a way to rattle Fresno and get past their defense.
Far side now. A nice ball sent in, headed away. They just keep sending flurries in tonight. Jamel Johnson, a floater. Ivicic is there. Gary, how can they do that? How can they find a way to rattle Fresno from what you've seen from this Fresno team? Where are the moments where maybe there's a vulnerable hole?
First, you don't concede anything else. That's got to be the first step. You've got to keep an eye on Lawal in particular up front. And that's not easy to do for Portland Timbers. But if they can keep it tight at the back, they can slowly get their players into play. And then the final pass in that last third is absolutely crucial. So far, there hasn't been one decent cross or pass from a Portland Timbers player. But if that starts to change, they could cause CJ Cochran in goals all sorts of problems.
This Fresno team so deep. We told you about CJ Cochran and him being on the USL Team of the Week. He is the 11th honoree to the USL Team of the Week from the Fresno Foxes. That is really something, just how deep this squad has been.
And how good they've been and how well they've played this season. And they're currently sitting in second spot, so they have to be playing extremely well to be in that position. And again, Portland Timbers too in fifth are not that far behind. And in fact, they weren't a few weeks ago. They were sitting right there in second or third. They just had a bad run. What they have to do is stop that bad run, and I see nothing so far this evening that suggests they're going to do that.
With how hot Los Zorros have been, that was going to be a steep task coming in, and that's what we've seen here tonight. And this is coming after Jaime Chavez, Fresno's assist leader, along with Jackson. Chavez left this game earlier, limping off the field. He's so vital.
Yeah, he fortunately came back on and got over that little twist of the ankle. A little bit concerned, weren't we, that it might be a permanent thing, but nothing as yet. He's still there, fortunately.
Vasilovic already scoring once. Vasilovic cut off.
He wasn't going to do it a second time, was he? Dribbled the entire defense. He certainly had the confidence to give it a try.
Denied that time. But it's been on this end of the field thus far for most of this first half. It's been all Fresno.
And is Cooper grabbing a quick sip of water? That might get him into a bit of trouble. I don't think he's allowed to do that. He's going to get a lecture from the referee.
Official
to
did
move
not,
things along. Yeah.
official did not like that. Silovic with his 4th goal earlier. Martin Del Campo with his 1st, and now flag up. Goes back to Portland. You can sense the frustration right now. Roy Miller pounding the ball down to the pitch. He knows it here. 34 minutes in, we have yet to really see T2 get something going.
I think one of their big challenges is they have quite a big turnaround of players. 13 different players have scored for T2 in 19 matches. And there's no Brian Hurtado, he's one of their top goal scorers with 5, or Darren Esprio with 6. So, you know, if you're missing your top strikers because they need to be with a senior squad or they're not available through injury, and then you've got so many others scoring, there's a lack of consistency. Whereas for Fresno, they've pretty much by and by been a constant outfit, and that's important. You get understanding going and you can play better football, and it looks like this Fresno team are really going to have the potential for a wonderful season this year.
Already a franchise high, 4 straight wins, looking to make it 5 tonight. And from here, they'll go to Austin next week, coming back and hosting Las Vegas before traveling to Oklahoma City. This ball sent in, nobody on the other end of it, but there were 2 Foxes waiting in strong position for it.
Look at the quality of that ball in from Alex Cooper as well. It's into the box, just over the strikers, but it had all the potential to be a really good cross.
Okay, fans, time
when
to
T2 have got into the same positions, the ball hasn't been good.
Row of the match,
And that's
which
one of the
is
differences between the 2 sides
section
so far.
124, row 3. Congratulations.
Foxes re-signing Alex Cooper in February, the Scottish defender. He really stresses that attention to detail. That's what Coach Smith has told us.
Oh, nearly. That is the first really good cross that's got in that box there, and they were nearly on the end of it there. And that was Sierakowski. Have a look at this. Ball gets played in, it's bending. Sierakowski, he's literally inches away. So are we seeing T2 making a bit of a fight back? Good ball there in from Langsdorff.
That's really the first moment we've seen from Portland tonight. Little scramble now, and it's nothing to be seen here. Maybe it's a sign of what can be here in the final minutes of this first half. Portland looking for some sort of momentum, and if it's not in the form of just a goal, opportunities would be a positive.
Well, certainly that ball now is the first time that CJ Cochran's even looked worried in this match. So that might just give the T2 side a little bit of a lift.
4 shots to 0. 2 of those landing in the back of the net. Martin Del Campo. Arun Basulovic. Near side. Kobayashi lays it off. Interesting combination here as Warden tried to feed it to Kobayashi, but here's where Fresno's so dangerous is you have to be watchful. They certainly want to put numbers forward, Portland does, but watch quickly because the speed, it kills.
They certainly are very, very quick in transition, especially when you've got Jamal Johnson out wide. Lawal's got pace, and so too is Jackson. And again, that's what makes them dangerous. When you push up, if you're T2 and you push up, you're constantly thinking, well, what do we do when we lose the ball? We're going to be careful not to be caught on the counter.
Fresno putting numbers forward again. Sulovic was looking for a combination. Still dangerous here, and flag up.
Still probing, aren't they, and trying to get through. They've been caught a few times offside, but that's where they live, right on that very edge, the strikers for Fresno. But it's good to see that even though they're 2-0 up, they're still pressing for a third.
One of 14 matches on tap tonight in the USL, week 20. Western Conference, there's plenty of parity in the middle of the standings. Portland coming in, we talked about it, 5th place earlier this week, but you can quickly move back in a matter of one night. On the eastern side, tons of depth there. Here's Warden. Right side of the box, now back out. Scramble for it here, and a whistle. We've got a foul, player down in great pain right now. The official's pulling out a yellow.
That's for, I think, Jamal Johnson. He just came in there with the boot. He got clipped a second earlier, and I think he was annoyed, and he came flying in. Late tackle. That's going to get you a yellow card every time.
That's Warden, who's down.
Here we have a look here. See, there was a couple of that tackle flying in there annoyed Jamal, and then he comes in late.
A yellow card has been shown.
Yeah, that's a definite yellow.
Number 11, Jamal Johnson.
I mean, he fortunately didn't go completely over the top, otherwise it would have been a red. He sort of flicked his foot out, but either way, it was very late.
You're a former keeper. Well, that was in the field of play. You can empathize there. You know what that feels like.
What being hit or more hitting
Both.
somebody? Both. Yeah, I've been on the receiving end, and I've probably given a few as well. But when you get upset, which Jamal was, then you start to get a bit hot-headed, and then you miss time tackles. And he's going to have to be careful now for the rest of the match.
Set piece chance here. Maybe this is where Portland can show something. They go short with it. Service sent in. Cochran standing tall.
It's bad service again, isn't it? It's the high ball to the goalkeeper. And in fact, all he does is throw it out to Basulovic, and suddenly there's a counter-attack.
Here comes Basulovic. He was trying to connect with Chavez, but out of his reach.
Should have connected with Chavez. Basulovic had time. Chavez is holding his hand. He's looking across now. I know what he wants to say to Basulovic. That should have been a third for Fresno. That was a chance he's gone to begging, and I wonder if later in the match, if T2 rather get back in this match, will they'll look back at that opportunity and say, we should have got a third then.
Cochran just gets rid of this one. Coming up at the half, what's it like to be a fan at Chuck Chansey Park? You're going to get a good look at it. Special Fox in the Stands segment. And then we'll go around the USL with tons of league news and notes. Gary Bailey's ready with all his observations. I know that much.
I'm always happy to give an opinion. I'm not guaranteeing it's always right, but...
The head now, right side. What's the message? First, if you're Cameron Knowles in the locker room at the break.
He's got to get this team fired up. He's got to motivate them to be more positive and to be tighter in defense. They've been caught too many times. You might see a couple of changes at some stage in the second half for T2. Look at those fans again, aren't they wonderful?
They don't have to adjust at the break.
And if you're Fresno, you've got to be careful not to let T2 back into the match. You're cruising here. And there was a chance to finish it off, which they didn't take. You get a chance to make this 3-0. Make it 3-0 and put this game to bed.
All laid off. Sulovic, header just sails high. Dangerous though, Lual.
It's a decent header. He couldn't get it down and make the goalkeeper work. Basulovic looking for other options eventually besides the chip. And Lual's going backwards, to be honest. He's going to twist his head a little bit over the bar, and the keeper had it covered anyway.
Arun Basulovic has been so dangerous tonight, scoring his 4th goal of the year. Just doing a little bit of everything. We've seen him be really creative on the pitch. This Fresno side, you have to worry about Lual and Johnson so much that Basulovic just benefits there. And there's so many others that can too.
He's such a good player and was in the team of the week in week 2 for 2 goals against RGV. So he's been playing well all season, spent last season in Swedish football. So he's learnt and he's come back a better player. Oh, another yellow card coming out, is there?
And upset is Warden, but he's into a little bit of a scuffle there with Lawal, and it looks like Lawal has also been given a yellow. They both went back and forth, so 2 yellows given out here. Hudis Lawal and Tom Warden, and this has to be a sign from the official that this has to stop.
Let's have a look here. Gets bumped in the back, Wharton, and he pushes. The second one's definitely, the push is going to get you a yellow card every day. The bump in the back, is it really worth the yellow card? Not so sure, to be honest. But you're right, the referee's being strict and saying, I won't put up with any of this. And now that's 3 players in the yellow, or 3 players on a yellow going into the second half.
Chuck Chansey Park rocking again tonight. Fresno FC 5-1-3 inside this venue. It is a tough place to play for the opposition, and at 9-2-7, this Fresno FC side has just really put it all together again in the first 45 tonight. Portland drew Fresno a month ago. Tonight, a different story. 2 minutes of stoppage time here to close out this opening stanza.
There has been 2 minutes of stoppage time added to the first half. 2 minutes.
Summarizing the first half, it's been all Fresno from beginning to end with the goals, the chances, opportunities. Everything has gone their way. That doesn't mean to say the second half is going to be the same.
This one throwing in right now, Eric Williamson. If Portland's going to get going, we talked about it in the open, he has to be the one driving them. This now 3 straight halves in which Portland's gone scoreless. I know you're concerned about the defense, but for a team that has scored as much as they have this season, they now need one in the worst of ways. Maybe there's still some time for it here. This one cleared away.
Once again, another chance. They don't get the right final ball.
Guiano starting a combination, but this one out of the reach.
Yep, another example of where that ball is. It's got to go to feet or close to feet. It's got to give the striker a chance to get on the end of it. It's been a first half in which at both ends of the pitch, T2 have struggled. They haven't got anything going in attack. There hasn't been one decent cross, one decent pass. Maybe one. I think there was one effort that came in from Langsdorff that nearly ended up with Sirakowski getting on the end of it. Other than that, nothing in attack, and in defense, they've been ripped apart. 2 goals, could have been a few more. Just hasn't been their first half, but you can turn it around, and that's what they'll be hoping to do, T2, and that's what Fresno will be planning to stop.
Fresno has not lost when leading at the half. Final seconds here of this first half, and Los Zorros have shown no signs of slowing down. The goals by Ramon Martin Del Campo, Arun Basulovic, and that does it for the first half. Gary Bailey, one of the hottest teams in the USL, the Foxes, they put on a show.
They certainly did. It's been absolutely brilliant. Basulovic's second goal, up for goal of the week. No question about it. Brilliant finish. Maybe could have set up a third one. Del Campo with the first with the header that should have been marked a bit better by T2. But at the end, it's all Fresno so far.
Fresno FC, winners of 4 straight, and they've just kept it rolling. Up 2-0 at the half on T2. That sums it up. The vibe around this Fresno FC side is electric. They've certainly stayed hungry here again tonight. Up 2-0, well in range for what would be the club's 5th win in a row, a franchise record. And for these fans, it is so fun. Let's see it firsthand on Fox in the Stands.
It's Fresno, my dude!
Man, I've been having fun. Shout out to the Vigilantes. They're relentless in the stands with the drums.
Absolutely amazing. I love the energy. I just love everything about the Foxes experience here.
The thing that I love about them is that they're always cheerful and they always come in a good mood.
Today, your first Fresno FC game?
It's my 13th.
It's my 5th game. Your 5th game? Ooh, you're a passionate fan.
Who doesn't like the Zorros? I mean,
Why should people come to Fresno FC games? Let them know. To see this handsome guy, right?
You gotta come out for the culture, man. Fresno's all about soccer, baby. You gotta come out here. Dale, dale, somos Zorros.
It's been so great. The atmosphere was pretty cool, yeah.
Do you have a favorite player so far?
Yeah, Kudus. Yeah, Nigerian, so I came to support my fellow Nigerian brother.
Man, you gotta come just to have the experience. It's just live, you know what I mean? Everybody's having a good time. It's just a great place to be.
go Zorros! Go Zorros!
Tickets.fresnofc.com. The Zorros have put on a show for these fans here tonight, up 2-0 on Portland Timbers 2. We've got highlights from the opening half to come. First, let's go around the USL.
Long strike, a goal for Orange County. Lacroix and Duke Lacroix. This is dangerous, headed on frame. It is a goal for Orange County. And Corey Herzog, and he perfectly places it. Get toward the back post, in the air and through. Orange County.
Reese Williams with some space. Williams curls it inside the 18. Soccer attempt and a beautiful strike on the bicycle for Lansing Ignite FC. Absolutely incredible. Elma Enfor. Are you kidding me?
Going long distance, trying to connect. Sayone, and he puts it in the back of the net from long distance. Sending it forward. Here's another opportunity, and boy, you back of the net. That is what they've been looking to do all night long. 91st minute, we are tied at 1 apiece.
Here's Mintz again. Mintz gets across to the top of the D. Moshomani left foot. Beautiful strike. Tumi Moshomani. Here comes North Texas on the attack. The strike and a goal.
Is this the moment? Jose Angulo! Dillon Stadium alive again! Martinez! What a way to secure a hat-trick! Douglas Martinez taking the spotlight! To keep it out does the 17-year-old. Looked like it hit the heel of Forrester, and the Bold have the answer moments later. Guess who? Tierpak. Cervantes got their early rounds against the super sub. There's bodies up there. Yeah, there's bodies up there. See this. This is where he shines. Cross that in, lets it through. Here's Partey! Partey! Can you believe
Week 20 in the USL. What a fun season it's been already. And Fresno FC, they're certainly having fun tonight. Up 2-0 on T2. Gary Bailey, my partner, the former Manchester United goalkeeper. Earlier tonight. 1 half down, 1 to go. We still have highlights to come. Fresno FC up 2-0 at the break.
Academy are coming to Visalia this coming Thursday and Friday for summer camp. Enjoy a fun and learning experience with the pros.
Fresno FC seeking their franchise record, 5th straight win. They're certainly off to a strong start through 45 minutes. Let's look at how they've gotten there, Gary Bailey. It started early and often.
It did. It came from a corner, and Martin Del Campo, look at the number 4 up front. He gets away from his marker, heads it, and he gets it past Ivacic in goal. That's very difficult to do from that angle. What a great start for Fresno.
Ramon Martin Del Campo, his first goal of the year. Yes, he's got the right to dance. And then how about this? This was absolutely sensational from Basilovic.
Yeah, Chavez sets him up, but the skill in the box, he goes to his left, cuts, have a look. He's going to go left, step over, go right, and then stick it in the top corner. How about that for a brilliant finish from past Ivacic? Absolutely brilliant. And like I say, I think that's got a great chance of being goal of the week. And then this was just the only little half chance they had. Langsdorff with a cross to Sierakowski. It was the only moment in the entire match where T2 even looked like they might score. And look at those stats.
It has been dominance. No shots for T2. And for Fresno, 6 clean sheets on the year. They're seeking their 7th with Cochran in goal. Just has really not been T2's half. You see the possession, but that's deceiving in some ways.
But have a look at the shots. 0 shots,
Yeah.
of course, therefore, 0 shots on target, 0 goals, no surprise. I mean, if you don't shoot on target, you are not going to score goals. And look at Fresno, 5 shots, 3 on target, 2 goals. That's the way to do it. So lots to change for T2 in the second half if they're going to take anything back to Portland with them tonight.
Arun Basulovic with his 4th goal of the season. That was sensational. This Fresno side, you can feel something special coming together if you didn't already coming into this match. You can just sense it by the looks on their faces. And we talked with their coaching staff earlier this week, and it got continually brought up that they can't be complacent on this winning streak. And that's something Adam Smith kept saying. He said, the moment when we think too much about the winning streak is the moment where I don't want that to be what we're doing.
One game at a time, that's the old mantra from all the coaches. So here we go, already making a change to try and shuffle the pack around and get a decent response from the players. And so well done there to the coach, Cameron Knowles.
This is Gio Calixtro, the 19-year-old forward. Anguiano coming out, Calixtro in. Portland trying to shake things up. They earned a 2-2 draw with Fresno the first time around. Maybe Calixtro can deliver an early moment here in this second half. Adam Smith has to be happy with his team. You say, Gary, if there's anything to get on them for, it's that they didn't score a third. They certainly were close to it.
Well, let's just see if T2 can get back in it, because if they score 1, we've suddenly got a huge match in our hands here. That could change the whole vibe in the stadium and certainly give T2 a massive lift.
T2 has not won since June 22nd. Perfect ball in the middle, off the post!
Chavez again, creating opportunities and nearly finishing it off. And wow, do we say to T2, you've got to be defensively tighter. Lawal with the effort here, great turn, plays it through. Chavez, in fact, should have buried that. He's got all the time in the world to have tucked that away, and he misses.
Just misses out on that one. So close for Jaime Chavez, but not this time. John Fanta, Gary Bailey with you here from Chuck Chansey Park, the home of Los Zorros. Portland looking for some sort of bounce back. Perfectly placed, and they've cut the lead in half. T2 on the board. Ryan Sierakowski. In just the second minute of this second half, we've got ourselves a match.
Well, this is what all the neutrals wanted, to get T2 back in it, and we said they were capable of it. They needed one decent pass in this match, one decent moment. There's the pass, there's the moment, and a 2-1. We certainly have game on.
Tremendous connection. Sierakowski, the goal scorer.
Portland Timbers 2, goal scored by number 29, Ryan Sierkowski.
Doesn't it make you look back moments ago at Chavez's miss? And I kept saying to you before, you get a chance to get the third taker, because if Portland get back in the match, you're going to have a problem. Fresno spurned the opportunity. Chavez misses a great chance, and Sierakowski within 1 minute has brought it to 2-1.
And how about the move by Cameron Knowles to Calixtro, who gets the assist on the goal. What a huge time for that substitution, and it pays off right away for Calixto. That's his first assist of the season. You can't overstate how big it is because now we have a match. And from one miss for Chavez to an opening for Sarakowski, is he's able to notch the goal, and that's his third of the season.
There's a huge shift in energy going to take place now. And suddenly Fresno will be worried, have we blown this lead? What are we going to do? Do we keep pushing forward? But Portland haven't really, well, they didn't, in fact, in the first half, put anything together. Straight away in the second half, it's a different look inside. So congratulations and credit to Cameron Knowles for obviously a good team talk at halftime. Tactically it worked, he made the substitution, and they're back in this game.
You talk to coaches all the time. Sometimes we'll say, what'd you say at the half? They go, I don't remember, it must have worked though.
Well, sometimes you just got to tell them the truth, which is you're playing rubbish. You're doing nothing up front. You're not good at the back. And if you don't get it sorted soon, there's going to be problems. So just a hard-talking, honest appraisal can sometimes work wonders.
And now they're knocking on the door potentially again. We knew this match could deliver, and now we're starting to see it. Fresno scoring both in the first half, but in just the second minute of the second, Sarakowski with his third of the campaign. Tons of open field now. Ball sent to the right side. Chavez, who was so close to scoring just moments ago. Vasilovic off to Jackson. Here's Jackson. Vasilovic. Jackson trying to win something here. Bit of a nutmeg and the whistle. It's on Jackson.
Better defending from T2 there, not allowing Jackson to get past. And maybe now they can sense, the visitors, that they can get something out of this game. And maybe they'll up their level and improve their organization at the back. Problems for Adam Smith. And if they go on to drop points, he will definitely say to Jaime Chavez, you should have given us a 3-0 lead. You had not an open goal, but a comfortable effort at goal with just to keep it a beat. You didn't take it, and next thing they score. So that's where you've got to be effective and clinical in attack.
Far side now. Nathan Smith over to it. Service sent. And nobody able to get to it.
Free kick given, I think, for pushing.
Fire squad Fresno certainly fine with that. Drumming away.
What's amazing about them, it doesn't matter whether their team score or concede, they still drum, they still sing, they still dance.
Sign of
They're
a true
brilliant.
sign of a true fan base.
Yeah, they just keep on going.
They drum through the goal. Scored by Sarakowski. Johnson. Well, Johnson. And a bit sloppy here on the left side. Still in a dangerous spot. And if Portland's not careful, they were almost about to give up a corner, but able to clear it away.
They played it nicely out of defense, Portland, but taking a few risks perhaps in the process. The ball's been turned over already.
Elijah Martin. Sulovic. It's a turnover. Fresno with it back now. Now seeking insurance. There was never a doubt in the first half with the way they played. Portland without a shot, their first shot tonight, coming in the 47th minute, and it ends up in a goal. Here's a shot, diving save, and then able to just swift it away is Ivicic. That was so close to being a rebound opportunity for the Foxes. And Ivicic, as he went to the ground, doing just enough to sweep that ball away.
It was Kurimoto with the shot, and the keeper should have done better, but he recovers. Some slippery handling, loses the ball, but gets up just in time to stop Chavez from getting it. Here we'll have a look at it again. Kudos Lawal plays it to Kurimoto. He gets a shot. Keeper makes the save, gets up very quickly. Maybe I'm harsh on him saying he should hold it the first time. I felt it bounced a couple of times, but let's just say he made a decent save and gets up and makes another very good save to stop Chavez from scoring.
Warden, there's Kobayashi now. Portland, it's a good thought, but Cochran played it perfectly.
Well, if you're Fresno, you want to get that 2-goal cushion back as a player. Those 2-goal cushions always make you feel comfortable. You can make one mistake and still be in the lead. Right now, one mistake, and Portland are taking something back with them.
Here's Warden. He was involved in all kinds of scrambles in the first half. Physical presence.
Yeah, one of 3 players on a yellow card, Wharton, along with Lawal and Johnson.
This throw-in belongs to Fresno. It's Alex Cooper. Cooper, we told you earlier, the Scottish native, 27 years of age. And Adam Smith talked about his steady presence for this team. You really like his skill set.
Yeah, he's got a good ability to get down the line and get crosses in, as has that man on the other side there, Jackson. And that's a big part of Fresno's play, their wing-backs and full-backs, whichever way you want to see it.
A foul now. Martin's down and in pain.
Didn't see what happened there. And I don't know if the referee's going to have a word with anybody else or whether it was just a stretch. Let's have a look here. Plays it. Oh, it was a little bit of a kick there, wasn't there, from Williamson?
Nothing from the official, but a sign of sportsmanship from both. All good.
Yeah, shake of hands there. Nothing too nasty that went on. Just a little bit of a late swing of the leg. So here we go.
He's the man of the hour right now. Vasilovic with a USL Goal of the Week candidate, and whistle for pushing. So back to Portland it goes here, 10 minutes into the second half, and things heating up. T2 looking for their first win in 5 matches, but down 2-0 and having to play comeback. The task was going to be steep. Fresno has not lost a match this year in which they've scored first.
Well, the last game was a 2-2 draw. Start to wonder whether this isn't written that these two teams always end up ending level at 2-2.
In series history, this is the 4th meeting between the two, and Fresno 1-0-2 against Portland. So to your point, we've already seen 2 draws. The last 2 meetings have been draws, so who's to say we couldn't get another here, but that would be incredible for T2 considering the first 45 minutes of this match.
Like we said at the time, this game can change. You can have a game of 2 halves, is one of the most often heard expressions. It's just something about going in the locker room and having a chat and coming out and playing totally different. That's what T2 have done so far. It's up to Fresno to get back in the driving seat.
Around the USL a little bit, Charleston winning 3-2 over Hartford in a thriller earlier. Indy winning 2-0 over Loudon. Louisville falling to Bethlehem Steel. Just their first home loss since early April. Bethlehem Steel's first win over Louisville in 10 meetings.
Wow, what a good result for them.
Tampa Bay keeps rolling 4-1 tonight. That shot blocked. See what the official says. It was like a pinball, and it'll be a corner kick now for the Foxes.
To look at the replay of that. Again, Jackson causing all those problems.
Here's another Central Valley Toyota Dealers corner
it's a
kick.
corner.
It's
I was just
another
wondering
scoring opportunity.
who are they playing against?
So
Tampa
for
Bay?
Fresno, let's go.
Tampa were playing, well, we'll get to that in a moment.
St. Louis.
Ah, St. Louis, who've been going through a bad patch.
Tampa keeps it rolling. This one headed away, a combination for Portland to keep it out. What adjustment have you seen from Portland in the second half that goes beyond just that scoring moment?
Well, they're tighter in defense. They haven't been caught out as often, and they seem to be managing who picks up who and keeping an eye on the pace of Lawal. And of course, they had that situation for the very first shot on target. They got a decent ball in, and once you give a decent ball to the likes of Sirakowski, then you've got a chance to score. So we said beforehand they had to improve at both ends of the pitch, and so far that's what T2 have done.
Near turnover, able to just keep it for Portland's Roy Miller, the seasoned veteran. Here's Kobayashi, the through ball that nobody could get to, and so we'll have a goal kick.
Saw a little look at the subs on the side there, and I think there's all sorts of options for both sides. And certainly, if you're the home side, you've got Juan Pablo Cuffa, such a good player, such a fantastic left foot. Christian Cheney can score goals. Diego Casillas can come on. Bustamante can do a job for you. So lots of lovely options there for Adam Smith and his team.
Juan Pablo Cuffa leads the Foxes with 34 chances created. Got his 4th assist last week against New Mexico. That great win for the Foxes. They had to earn it late in dramatic fashion. And here's a great opportunity left side in the box. This one sails high off the foot of Johnson.
Got to do better, Jamal Johnson. He had time and he sets himself. I thought a player that good, he's got to hit target, and he totally scuffs his shot. Look at the time he has. Beautiful ball played in from Elijah Martin. He's got time, he's got time, he's got time. Got to hit target. It's another one of those great opportunities wasted, which will they regret at the end of the game?
That's a good point. They had a tremendous opportunity in the opening minute of the second half. Johnson and Jackson have both had chances, just not able to finish. Staying with Jamal Johnson, though, earlier this week over at FresnoFC.com, you can read up on Los Oros there. Jamal said, we're definitely on a run and the confidence is high. The spirit around the team, get this, is something that in my 16 years, I've not really experienced before. And he said he just can't wait until the next game every time one ends. He said, this has really revitalized me in a way. So it's a special story for Jamal Johnson with what he has meant to this team and what they've done for him.
Well, it's good to see, because at 34 years of age, he needs to keep on enjoying his match to keep up that same level as we see a substitution. Again, Portland Timbers too, just shuffling things around.
Christian Ojeda coming on for Kobayashi. Kobayashi in that attack role, so Portland looking to put some more options forward.
Yeah, we didn't see much from Kobayashi, did we? It hasn't really impacted on the game, and hence the change.
So Ojeda gets inserted here. 30 minutes or so left. Ojeda in a key spot. T2, a draw tonight at Chuck Chansey Park right now. That's a success.
Well, given they were 2-0 down, absolutely, it's a success. I mean, they really have done well to get themselves back in T2, but they're lucky that Fresno haven't taken all their chances. So I won't say it's a good performance by the visitors, but at 2-1, they're in with a chance of taking more than just a point home.
A corner being given. We've got some dispute here. Fresno trying to line it up quickly.
Here's another Central Valley Toyota dealer's corner kick.
Vasilovic already scoring once. And this time it's going to be Jamal Johnson to take it. The goals coming in the 6th and the 19th for the Foxes. Sirakowski answering in the 47th for Portland, and they bang this one away. for Portland as we get a foul now from behind. And the official, Stern, talking to this time.
Yeah, he said that Chavez is going to be careful to the contact, but I sometimes think there isn't much contact. I think fullbacks have become very clever. At the moment they feel a touch, they go down because they know the ref will give the foul in their favor every single time.
And to be careful there as, let's see, Ivicic just bulleted away. There's Johnson. Has been so vital tonight. And out wide, Jackson. Lethal combination. Vasilovic. It'll be a goal kick.
It's not good enough from Vasilovic in that situation, is it? I mean, what an incredible goal he scores first half. Shows us all his amazing talents. And he gets to the line there and he can't even give a decent pass into the box. So frustrating because at 2-1, it is possible that Portland Timbers can sneak away with at least a draw. And if you're a Fresno fan, even if you're a neutral, you've got to be honest and say Fresno really should be 4-1 up. Or, I mean, there's been one effort on goals from T2, one effort, and it's gone in. For Fresno, there's been plenty of great chances, and they haven't taken them all.
It's so true. Fresno up 10-1 in shots. That one shot went in the 47th minute, and it was perfectly executed. Gio Calixto finding Ryan Sierakowski for his third goal of the year. And here we talked about it, Gary. Maybe this is the spark. Juan Pablo Caffa can offer it. An assist last week. So creative. And whenever he gets in space, Adam Smith says he is the definition of lethal.
He is one of the best left foots in this division without a question in my mind. Brilliant player, Juan Pablo Caffa, and you'll see it when he starts spraying the ball around. It's he can make this team tick. Only 1 goal in 16, which I would have thought more from him.
And appearing in his 10th game of the season, here's Christian Cheney. 3 goals on the season. Cheney also quite the spark plug for this side. 24 years of age. So you bring in Juan Pablo Caffa and Christian Cheney, and that is just spectacular to have that type of depth, and it's why Fresno is one of the best teams in the Western Conference. Cheney, in his 2nd year here, was with Sacramento Republic.
And that's exactly what the coach was saying about he's got a much better squad this season than last season. Greater depth, greater ability to score goals with the likes of Lawal, and that's why he feels they're now challenging at the top of the table.
Ball sent in now right side, just kicked away. Has to be special for Christian Cheney, just to stick with him. He went to Fresno City College, played there. He's got roots here, and to be playing in his hometown, pretty special. He's got the roots, and to be putting this season together in his hometown, a pro team that's delivering in Fresno, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the ultimate. It really is a season in which you wonder just who can stop Fresno, besides Phoenix Rising, of course. You just think this team can go all the way to a conference final and maybe the ultimate final as well. But let's see how they do. This match is not over yet, and T2 have shown that if they just put together the odd chance, they can score.
Gary Bailey's not sold yet. You shouldn't be either, so buckle up here. We've got an exciting final 20 and change.
Oh, tackle Elijah Martin.
Yeah, how about Martin standing in here? Wow.
He hits Nathan Smith really, really hard here, and fairly though.
He doesn't back down to anybody.
And now we get into the business end of the game, the last sort of 20+ minutes. Who wants it most? Who's prepared to work hard most? Who's prepared to put their body on the line? We're going to find out.
Another hard tackle. This time it's Chavez, and he's already been down once. They play on. Cochran is throwing this away so they can get over to Tommy Chavez.
Chavez took a bit of a Got a knock in the first half, a bit of a twist or something that bothered him. He came back on. Now he's been hit again, and he seems to be complaining that it should be a foul. Let's have a look at the situation. Oh, there was a stretch. I don't think Williamson meant to do anything there. He's gone high with the boot, and it's just caught Chavez. The referee says it's just the coming together of two players. I didn't see anything more than that, and I don't think Chavez agrees with him.
Not happy. Chavez has had quite the career of stops. Tampa Bay previous to this, Miami FC, Atlanta Silverbacks back in 14-15. And we started things out in the USL Premier Development League back in 2009 in Hollywood. Was the team's leading goal scorer, and that's how he sprung onto the scene.
And Smith knows he's got some really good players in his side. Doesn't guarantee you victory, does it? You've got to go out and earn it. Chavez complaining to Williamson. Williamson saying, I didn't really do anything. Don't think either player seems very happy about it, but life goes on.
It's not going to change either player's view.
Exactly.
He's Gary Bailey, the former Manchester United goalkeeper. I'm John Fanta, glad that you're with us. As Gary said, business time now. Final 20 and change. Fresno looking to keep a franchise best winning streak going and make it 5. Portland trying to win for the first time in 5 matches. And when you consider the circumstances, considering they did not get a shot off in the first half, if they could find a way to get a goal and earn a draw, a point, almost equals a win when you look at it from top to bottom.
Would be a little bit like smash and grab, because they haven't done much, T2, really. As you say, just the one shot on target, and they got the one goal. If you're a neutral and you were asked to pick which team you'd want to be part of, you'd pick Fresno, I would think, because they've created so many more chances. There really should be 3, maybe 4 goals to the good, and T2 haven't offered much, but it's still possible for T2 to come good in this last 20 minutes, create a few more chances and leave with at least a point, if not more. Question is, will they do it? Have they got the confidence? Has this bad run of theirs knocked some belief out of them or not?
Belongs to Portland. Out wide now. Timbers got it in a flash, really, the 47th minute, Sirakowski's goal from Calixtro. It wasn't some long development. It was a long ball sent across the field, and Sirakowski had perfect vision and connected with a player who came right off the bench, Gio Calixtro, to start the second half, and a perfect move by Cameron Knowles paid off.
It's a quality ball from Calixtro, and it was a real quality finish from Sirakowski, and that's the only time we've seen that level of quality from the visitors.
Warden. Sirakowski back on the right side. Here's Hansen. Sizing it up, and this time it's Cochran. Fire Squad Fresno giving him an applause.
He must love playing on that side of the ground with all that partying going on behind him. It must keep him on his toes and sort of inspire him to even more. But at 2-1, we're in for a treat this last 20 or so minutes. Anything could happen here. T2 could come back into it. Fresno could stretch the gap, or we could go right down to the very final minutes at 2-1. And when that happened last time around, exactly the same score, wasn't it? That T2 equalized in the dying minutes when they met.
These are some good moments here. Here's Hansen out wide. Cochran getting challenged with the right hand, sending it away. That was dangerous.
Good goalkeeping there from CJ. If he doesn't get a touch on that, it's possible that gets headed in at the back post. He just does enough, gives it away, and concedes the corner, but it was well worth conceding. That was a really dangerous situation. Langsdorff just waiting to pounce.
Ojeda punches this one in, and it's headed out. CJ Cochran showing us why he's on the USL Team of the Week. Here comes another far post. T2 knocking on the door. They have 7 road results this year, 4 wins, 3 draws. It's tied for 5th in the league. So they know how to get it done away from Providence Park. Oh, how about this combination? Martin with a great run. Feeds it out wide to Jackson. Jackson with a bullet. And there's Ivicic.
I think Jackson was expecting Christian Chaney to make a near post run there, and he didn't. In the end, the ball just goes straight into Ivicic's arms. Again, we're looking at it and saying, who's going to be brave? Who's going to get that crucial next goal that will probably decide this match?
Cochran vacuuming it up. For Fresno, they head to Austin next on their schedule. Meanwhile, for T2, it's off to LA Galaxy 2, who's just gone through the coaching change.
Well, right now their focus is very much on these last 15 minutes. Whatever game is yet to come, something that they will think about once this game is over. But right now it hangs so perfectly in the balance. Anybody watching now, everybody watching should be excited to think, what's going to happen next? Are we going to see another wonderful goal from Basulovic like we saw in the first half? And the answer to that, if he plays passes like that, the answer is no. Christian Chaney's come on. Can he come on as a sub and get a winner perhaps? Will we see a Juan Pablo Caffa free kick that he is very capable of with that wonderful left foot of his? Or is it going to be a real smash and grab by Portland Timbers for the second time in 2 games that these teams have met?
Basulovic with his 4th goal of the season. Back in the 19th minute, that's the difference right now. Lawal and Johnson with 7 apiece. That's the dynamic duo, but Fresno's got so much more than that, and that's why Adam Smith's squad is achieving at a historic rate for this young franchise. But this fan base is enjoying it after the way last season went, to now be on the cusp of 5 in a row. To be doing it at home. You see the images right beyond Coach Smith. These fans in love with this franchise, and they're producing the moments with it. Now can Fresno find that dagger, or will we see Portland deliver what would be a bit of a heartbreaker considering how well Fresno's played? This isn't a dangerous spot at the 6. A couple of heads on it. And Ivicic just eating it up.
Jackson had so much time on that right-hand side. He was able to cut in, wasn't quite sure who to play it to, eventually crossed it. Way too much time, which should be a concern to the T2 defense. And once again, they weren't punished. They got away with it. But Blue Shirts, in the end, lining up to head the ball right in that sort of 6-yard area.
Here's Hansen. Williamson in the box and just laced away for a throw-in.
Wow, that seemed like a little half chance as well. If he can chest it and volley it all in one move, that would have been a great opportunity for T2. So once again, let's have a look at it again. Williamson with the ball. Look at the chest and hit. Doesn't. The chest is not a good one. It runs loose from Sirakowski.
It was all Fresno in the first half. 5 shots, 2 of them resulted in goals. Portland did not put up a shot in the opening 45, but things changed in the 47th. Sirakowski, and now this is where we're at here. 13 and change to play. Fresno trying to stay on track. That's the other thing. 4 straight wins, but they want to be contending for a conference regular season crown. Far side to the 6, and a header. It's wide right.
Extra, what a chance there as well. Yeah, he's annoyed with himself for not hitting target. It's a decent ball coming in as well. Have a look here. The ball comes in. Galistro makes himself available. Just backs off, his hands up, saying, give it to me. Jumps, just heads it up instead of down. Good effort, but just couldn't keep it down there, could he? Ball in from Nathan Smith. Once again, showing you the T2, when they decide to attack, they can put a good move together. It can cause Fresno all sorts of problems.
Jackson was looking for the combination, but just could not make it come to fruition. Was trying to find Chavez. It was cut off. Fresno still knocking though. They've had several good opportunities to get that third goal. Gary, you alluded to it in the 46. Chavez had a point-blank look.
What a chance Chavez had. And he wasn't the only one. There's been a couple of occasions in this match where they should easily have scored again and haven't.
There's Warden. Nice connection made with Calixtro. Calixtro's been incredibly impressive off the bench.
He certainly has, and as you mentioned, with the assist for the goal, they've got them back into the match. And there's another change here. Ali Hodzic coming on.
Ali Hodzic coming on for Chavez, and Jaime Chavez was close to giving Fresno a third.
Yeah, frustrating for him. He'll look back at those missed chances, and if they drop any points tonight, he's going to think to himself, I should have scored when I had the chance.
Ali Hodzic coming in now for Fresno to close this one out. The Foxes seeking that 5th straight win. Their depth has been on display. Time becoming a factor now for Portland.
It does seem that they're going for 5 across the middle here, with just Cheney up front, and Ali Hodzic and Juan Pablo Acuffa midfield players, so it's more of a 4-5-1 at the moment for Fresno. Going to try and defend that 2-1 lead.
Portland rearranging some things as well in that moment to try to set something up offensively. Williamson. He's been the assist machine this year, 7 on the campaign. If he could find one of those magical moments, it could be huge for Portland's season. Warden is looking to make the connection, nothing doing this time. Flag up.
Yep, way offside there, Juan Pablo Acuffa. Looks like T2 are going to make a sub as well.
Cameron Knowles has pushed the right button before tonight.
It's a chance for, once again, isn't he amazing, Jackson? We're going to say it's a chance to build an attack. He loses possession, but he's been running down that right wing for this entire match. Tireless effort and causing so many problems.
As a former keeper, you had to enjoy watching those wings just fly up and down the field. I'm sure CJ Cochran just loves that view of watching Jackson do all that work, because he is constantly producing at a high rate. As we get a substitution now, Portland going to Adrian Dees, coming on for Nathan Smith.
Well, they've countered. What Fresno have done is taken off a striker, and what they're doing is adding on a striker or someone who can score goals. So you can see how the last 10 minutes is going to play out. T2 trying to get that equalizer, and Fresno trying to defend what they have.
It's the final of 14 matches tonight across the USL, and Week 20, part of a loaded weekend. Remember, you can go to uslchampionship.com, at USL Championship on Twitter for the latest news and notes the league is putting together. Los Zorros, one of the best stories in the league.
Certainly are. Adam Smith there just hoping these next 7 minutes go past without any problems. CJ's taking his time, eventually launches the ball down onto the pitch, and a 2-1 result will be good enough. It's the 3 points they want, but an extra goal now will just calm everybody's nerves at Fresno.
Flag up, and offside's called. The fans, a yellow card given. The fans were fired up, but to no avail here. Cooper was trying to put in the dagger, and it's all for naught here as we're 84 minutes in. Portland looking for some magic. Gary, while we have a moment, you're the man with many opinions. You said that this, which I love, I absolutely love. It's been a pleasure to be with you tonight. You said this Fresno team has what it takes to potentially win a championship. What are the areas that you think are most crucial for them to still hone in on to get even more well-rounded than they are?
It's difficult to say. I mean, they have such strength and depth. They can bring on wonderful players like Juan Pablo Cuffer and Christian Cheney when they want. Maybe don't get silly yellow cards, because Alex Cooper smacking the ball when the whistle's gone. If he mistimes a tackle now, he has to leave the pitch. So I think when a team is on the verge of moving into second spot in the league, there's not a lot you can say they haven't done right.
Vasilovic looking for a foul. He is not happy.
And his second goal is still one of the best goals. And Adam's still fired up there, pushing his team on. Don't know if he's having a go at the referee about that push and shove.
Adam Smith.
That's what he's saying. It should have been a free kick, and he's having a go at the referee, which is the passion of managers and what they tend to do. Who would want to be a referee?
They have a difficult job tonight, keeping things balanced on both sides. And they have ended any sort of little scuffles, because these two teams, they had unfinished business going into tonight. Having drawn 2-2 about a month ago, you could tell that there was an extra sense of intensity talking to both coaches this week to try to put it on the board, put a win on the board. Their last two meetings have been draws, offsides called here. And now Portland has to get something going there, Gary.
Well, 5 minutes left, and they've had one shot on target, I think, this entire match. But you mentioned the referee, Mark Allerton, done a really good job here, as you say, just kept everything calm. Just made sure that nothing got out of hand. It's been a well-refereed match. I think there's been no real major controversies as Elijah Martin goes flying in there. And that's a dangerous tackle. I can see the manager, Adam Smith, doesn't agree, but the referee says you lunged in. Yes, you got the ball, but let's have a look at it. You can't lunge. Have a look. That's a lunge. I tell you what, not only is that a yellow, if he doesn't get the ball, that becomes a red card.
Wow.
It's only getting the ball that just gets him off the hook there. And he's made some crunching tackles, Elijah. He's got to just be careful.
And that cracks the door open now. This is an area where Fresno has to stay composed. They've had a couple of whistles not go their way.
Yeah, they're arguing and fighting. We get into this needly time, the last 5 minutes, when everything's on the line and everyone's pressurizing the referee and getting upset with decisions. So the referee's got a tough job on his hands here.
Ojeda came on in the 61st. The service here, well placed, but it was headed away. Down the right side, Portland not done yet. Plenty of time still, and this one crosses the end line. It will be a goal kick. Some words shared there, and tensions definitely increasing, but that's the USL, and that's the intensity of this league.
CJ telling them to move away, or words to that effect. He's saying he didn't do anything, and the T2 players are eyeing him down, but that's what you expect in the last few minutes. These are players with a passion for their clubs, and they're not going to just end this match without a a bit of a battle, and the battle is T2 trying to attack while Fresno tries to defend. And to be honest with you, T2 with, is it 1 shot on target? The max 2. I don't know if there was another one after the goal, but they haven't done enough. 1 shot on target, which was a very good goal, by the way, but if that's all you're going to produce in an entire match, I'm not sure you deserve to walk away with anything from this game.
Fresno out shooting T2 11-2, 4 of those on target, 2 of which have been goals. The first coming in the 6th minute. Fire squad Fresno loved it. It just invigorated them.
Perfect timing for this. A corner for Fresno. They can take their time. One Pablo Kickoff will go across. Just work the clock down. Get some of the forwards. They won't push all the defenders up because they don't need to score here. You see there's hardly a blue shirt in the box. They've kept all their defenders back, and they'll just try and take a bit of time. Maybe play it short. There you go.
It's exactly what they do to Jackson here. Now he flares it back, and a bullet goes off the top of the net. And for as much as there weren't many numbers, that was still a good look.
There's not many players who could score from that angle, but Juan Pablo Kickoff is one of the players who most certainly can. With his left foot, it would have been a golazo, but he is capable of that.
Ramon Martin Del Campo. Arun Vasilovic, the goal scorers. Vasilovic in the 19th. Del Campo in the 6th. For T2, it's Sirakowski in the 47th, but time is ticking away for Portland. And the tough first half, meaning it might be too little too late.
The only question now is how much extra time is going to be added, because if it's only a minute or 2, then you would fancy Fresno to comfortably see it out, try and keep possession, and there they are in the corner, just winding the clock down.
Jackson looking to win it. Instead, Portland able to win out as we get 4 minutes of stoppage time, so still enough time, more than enough for Portland to put something together, and here comes a run. T2 not done yet. Hansen wins a corner.
Oh, good pressure there from T2. For a moment, I thought Hansen might get his heels clipped, and it would have been a penalty. Have a look at this run. As he runs in the box, Vasilovic just avoids him there. If he'd have made contact with his legs, he would have gone down for a penalty. Instead, it's a corner. There's still a chance for T2 to get something out of this game.
Ojeda. A lefty trying to go far post. Cochran, it's headed and left. Cochran couldn't get a hand on it. Header wide. But wow, Ornstill.
He was lucky, CJ. Look at this, he goes for it, doesn't get there. And you're right, Ornstill, if he just heads that back, if he gets the right angle on that, that goes in the back of the net. Maybe CJ flapping his hands in front of him just put him off. But that was very, very close to the equalizer.
The moments have been isolated, and there's a foul on Portland. This one on Miller, not happy.
Cheney gets himself up off the ground eventually with a few grumbles and moans, but they're happy to see the clock continue to wind down now. So they're in no rush to do anything here.
For Fresno, it's about a winning streak, but it's about staying on pace with those teams at the top of the Western Conference, Phoenix and Reno. And those are the horses at the top of the West that will be vying for things. And while Phoenix has won 10 in a row, we've seen some moments as here's a turnover. And now Fresno looking for the dagger. Los Zorros. That's just wide left.
Vasilovic again with another chance to have tucked this away. They're going to get away with this probably, winning 2-1, but they'll look back at those missed chances and think, wow, they had 3 or 4 very good opportunities and really should have taken a couple of them at least.
Vasilovic already with his 4th goal of the campaign. That would have removed all doubt. Portland running out of chances. They may get one more, if that. They've been few and far between. Just 3 shots on the night, and the one on target resulted in a goal. Cochran has not been tested much. You can hear it. Noel saying, get all the way up. One last breath for Portland. Without a win in their last 4 matches. They're looking to flip that script tonight, but just didn't put the opening 45 together. Still time for perhaps one more opportunity. And here's Jackson. Maybe the Foxes want to put the exclamation point on it.
I think they'll just wind the clock down. I don't think they're going to go for goal. It's going to try and get in the corner there, see if they can just get a throw in or anything that winds the clock down. There you go.
Great point. Vasilovic in a battle.
Oh, I thought that was a free kick. I thought he got shoved in the back. Referee's not sympathetic at all.
The franchise record winning streak hits a high 5 for Los Oros. Fresno FC, a 2-1 winner over Portland to continue franchise history.
Fantastic run from Fresno. Look, they had to work hard in the end, and that's credit to T2 coming back in the second half. But for me, the visitors not doing anywhere near enough. Only 1 or 2 efforts on goal the entire match. And Fresno with a whole bunch of chances. They've got the result, they've got the points, they're in second position. And what a fantastic run, and happy days for all those fans and for that man who I think has a chance of getting goal of the week.
He is our man of the match. Arun Vasilovic was brilliant. His 4th goal of the season. And not just that moment, which was tremendous. It was an absolute bullet. His activity was invaluable.
Yeah, some good play, some lovely passes. 1 or 2 chances that he might sit down and think, well, I could have had a second tonight, maybe even a hat-trick. But the goal itself is just out of this world. Absolutely brilliant. On that alone, he deserves all the credit.
Which brings us to our moment of the match, brought to you by McCarty Insurance. Arun Vasilovic, it's all Vasilovic tonight.
You see it again, a great bit of skill here, steps over, but look at how he hits this ball. That is absolutely stunning. Into the top corner, keeper just watches it go past. That's a great finish.
Arun Vasilovic, his 4th goal of the campaign. He is our man of the match, which is brought to you by El Mexicano. Arun Vasilovic and Fresno FC are a winner again. That's become all too common for Fire Squad Fresno. We'll be back to wrap up the 5th straight win for Los Oros.
Thank you so much, fans. We appreciate your attendance tonight. And hope you had a
Here is tonight's Zoom image of the match. these images have gotten pretty common at Chuck Chansey Park. Fresno FC have won 5 in a row.
Yeah, that's Basulovic on the far right there, and he's getting the congratulations from Jamal Johnson and Kudos Lawal. They're all saying what a fantastic strike, what a fantastic goal it was, and it happens to be the winning goal on the night.
Arun Basulovic, the man of the match. And here's the save of the game, brought to you by BMW. Stop by and test drive the all-new 2019 BMW 3 Series at BMW Fresno.
Harold Hansen with the cross there, and CJ just getting his fingertips. If he doesn't, there's every chance that gets headed into the net, so great goalkeeping.
Cochran keeps the goalkeeping rolling. The Fire Squad Fresno happy again, as they have been on this franchise best 5-match winning streak. Let's see how things unraveled. Fresno FC coming in a tie with Portland a month ago. Well, tonight they started with a bang in the 6th minute.
Yeah, Ramon Martin Del Campo gets the header there, and it's a good finish past Ivacic. Not so sure he shouldn't have been allowed the header, but he finishes it really well, and we've got the dance to go with it.
And then in the 19th, we see the explosiveness of the Foxes. Arun Basulovic with a candidate for USL Goal of the Week. This was nasty.
Oh, the finish is just phenomenal. But from the beginning, Cheney brings it down, passes it to him. He steps in, he goes out, and then he sticks it in the top corner. Absolutely brilliant.
Picture perfect positioning and more dancing. It's just one big party right now in Fresno. This was a moment for the Foxes where they could have removed all remaining doubt.
Chavez with a really bad miss. I mean, he's got time on his side there. He hits the post in the end, but he's got to score that.
Seconds later, Portland getting on the board. This is a wonderful assist, and finishing it off, Sirakowski from Calixtra.
A brilliant finish from Sirakowski there. Chips CJ Cochran and brings T2 back in the match, and that was their first effort, their first chance on goal.
You see in the late goings, Cochran tested. That header just left. Portland with a couple of moments, a near one there, but at the end of the day, Fresno FC gets the 3 points. They had control tonight.
Well, look at the shots. 13 shots to Fresno, 4 on target, 3 shots to Portland Timbers, 2, 1 on target. I mean, that just tells you everything about the game. T2 didn't do enough. They didn't have enough shots. They didn't create enough. And to be honest with you, I don't think they deserve to take something away from a match in which Fresno did all the goals, all the great shots, all the effort. Everything was done by the home side. And I think quite rightly, they pick up all 3 points.
Former Man U goalkeeper Gary Bailey. Fun to be with you tonight, Gary.
Likewise, it's been good fun. We'll do it again. And they will do it again, won't they?
You know they will. Fire Squad Fresno is doing it night in and night out right now, because Fresno FC just keeps on winning. A franchise best 5 wins in a row, dancing deep into the night. Los Toros, a winner. Good night from Chuck Chansey Park.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.